of Fame. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about. I want to do something new, so I'm going to be talking to you guys about the NCAA. What happened this past Saturday? This is Monday, so I wanted to go ahead and get my reactions out for that. The video is going to be dropping today. Tomorrow, there's going to be another video, and that's going to be for NFL. And the reason why is because the NFL obviously has a game today, so that's why I can't do the whole NFL. So I'm going to go ahead and come up. So we are going to be looking at the scores of the day, and not top 25 right now. We'll do FBS. All right. So there's a couple of games that I want to go ahead and put out there, and we talk about them. So I'm gonna do this every week. Every Monday, I'm gonna put out this type of video. Tuesday, I'm gonna put out this type of. I'm gonna put out NFL video. The rest of the week, there will be other types of videos as well. I know you guys really like tech and gaming, so I will be putting that out for the rest of the time so let me guys know what you guys thought. Your thoughts are down below, but let's get to it. So the first one I'm going to go ahead and mention is Oregon and Ohio State. Obviously, that's the big game that everybody was talking about and saw what a game it was, because it was a fantastic game. I did watch part of that game. Oregon did a phenomenal job of running the football, along with Ohio State's ability with C.J. Stroud to throw the football. C.J. Stroud was phenomenal to me. Yes, he threw a late interception, but to me, he played phenomenal throughout the game, and they didn't really lose the game on that interception, if you ask me. They really lost that game with the defense and the inability to score in the red zone because of the rushing attack. And the offensive line at times was not holding up very well against a team led by Noah Sewell, who's Penei Sewell's brother, who's a phenomenal linebacker. But missing Justin Flo, missing Kayvon Thibodeaux was really big. And the fact that they had lost them and Ohio State lost, to me, signifies that Ohio State is not ready to compete in the college football playoffs. Maybe they will down further, but currently not in that tier, not in that league. Not with Alabama, not with Georgia. So going forward, we will see how they bounce back and see if they can carry themselves. Oklahoma looked phenomenal against Western Carolina, 76-0. Don't need to get into that. That's a cupcake game, and I also think Oklahoma has the worst scheduling in the NCAA with its cupcake games, along with Clemson in its schedule, but that's due to the fact of the ACC. But the next game, to me, is Texas A&M and Colorado. So that's a big game because Colorado put up a fight against Texas A&M. Now, they only scored 7 points, and it was only in the first quarter. Never scored again. But they made absolutely clutch plays defensively, and I said that game was an upset alert from the very jump. Even if King was in that game, I still think Texas A&M was going to be an upset alert. Colorado is an absolute phenomenal team, absolutely phenomenal at getting to the football, and great defense of team led by his head coach. And the Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher, is having a problem offensively. They shouldn't be with the way they're recruiting, but Texas A&M has had these problems many times before, and this is why Jimbo Fisher hasn't been able to win big in the SEC and has never beaten Georgia or Alabama when they really needed to. So watch out for Texas A&M potentially losing a game or two down the stretch. Next game I want to highlight here is Iowa and Iowa State. Now, this is exactly why I don't trust Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has never come up big in any of the big games, really, and neither has Breece Hall. To me, they're NFL players, but not first rounders and not even second rounders. To me, I think these guys, and this is their senior year, they need some more. I don't know what's going on here, but they need some more seasoning, and Brock Purdy has a long way to go for me to be considered a quarterback, starting quarterback in the NFL. To me, he's more of a backup, and Iowa's defense was phenomenal, flying all around the field, kept Iowa State in check, and did a phenomenal job of not only letting them score 17 points. Next game that we're going to go ahead and get into is Stanford and USC. USC. What's new with USC, guys? I mean, if you guys have watched UFC previously, they are not very good. And I can say that with complete confidence that they have not been very great over the years. To me, they have not shown the best ability to really get things going, have a hard time producing, and have always fell short under Clay Helton for some reason. Now, I'm not saying Clay Helton is a terrible coach, and I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He's a little better than good, but he's not a great head coach, and he's not a national championship coach, which I think USC should be competing for with the recruiting classes. Texas and Arkansas, I saw this coming. Reason being, I hated Hudson Card starting. I said that from the very beginning. He's not the starter. He didn't look like in the first game either. And I said that Texas was going to struggle if they continued with Hudson Card. And they lost to Sam Pittman team that honestly played harder than them. Came into the game listening that Texas was supposed to beat them. And this rivalry runs super deep. Back in the 80s, this rivalry was very, very heavy, and Arkansas got the rivalry back, and they pulled off an upset win over Texas, which is a phenomenal win for them. Good job for Arkansas, and great job for Sam Pittman. This is a signature win to launch his career further, and watch out for him going forward. A game that I said could be an upset alert: Appalachian State and Miami. So this is another one where I thought to myself, Appalachian State could upset Miami and put them down 0-2, and they almost did. The reason why they didn't, Miami got a good score off late and held them off going forward. But to be honest with you, this is scary for Miami. Miami is in a dogfight almost every week. They got blown the doors off of Alabama, and this Appalachian State game was a barn burner, and it shouldn't have been. Miami should have dominated this game, especially it being ranked. They didn't, and I think going forward, you're not going to see a very good Miami team. And I think Miami is going to take 3 losses before the season ends. So watch out for that, and especially going forward. Let's go to another one here. Let's go to a game that a lot of people liked a lot and was very close. Oh, I know which one it was. We're heading to the SWAC, and that huge game in the SWAC. Let's go there. And it was right here, Jackson State and Tennessee State. What a phenomenal game for Jackson State. I know this is Eddie George's first year, so I don't expect Eddie George to have a good program early out. I honestly expect him to win 1 or 2 games max. Their team is god-awful. And I feel bad for Eddie George to have to suffer through that his first year, but he doesn't really know how to coach, and you could kind of see the novelty in his play style and his coaching style, and his coordinators look like they need some time. So I definitely would say it's going to take at least 3 to 5 years before Tennessee State is really up to snuff and really up to playing well, especially because they do not have the recruits to play well at all. They look like where they are. And Jackson State looked phenomenal. Shedeur blew my mind, blew the doors off of Tennessee State. And to me, he looked like a guy that very well is going to be going to the NFL and is going to be a first or second round pick for sure. Shedeur Sanders looked phenomenal as a freshman. I can't wait to see more of him and his development, especially under his father, Deion Sanders. And Shiloh Sanders played pretty well, sparingly. He didn't play too much, but I did like the way he got after the ball at times. Missed a couple of tackles, but he's gonna do good going forward. But I think Shedeur Sanders is clearly the better Sander and gonna be the one to make it to the NFL. I believe he has a real future in this sport, and he looked phenomenal in that game. So make sure to check out him going forward, because I think he's going to be a force, and I think people are going to get Jackson State on their schedule to want to face Deion Sanders and see what Shedeur is really made out of in the big game. And I think Shedeur is going to be on primetime ESPN sooner rather than later. Won't be this season, but going forward he will be. So those are some of my picks, guys. Those are some of my takes. If you guys like them, I don't really care if you don't or not. But make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And like I said, I will be doing this every Monday for you guys for college football. Tuesdays are going to be reserved for the NFL. So make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next one.